Nerd Avengers! Don't worry, I'm on my way to the tower. Just had to stop for a nice, delicious iced coffee. And oh man, is it good? It's real tasty. So I'm not glad that we're delayed. What's up and welcome to a new week, a new day, and a new stream. It's gonna be a good one, man. Kevin Feige, he pulled a fast one on us. He tricked us. We didn't think they were going to San Diego Comic-Con. But alas, they are. Will they go big? Will they mirror what they did in 2019 and give us a bajillion projects for the next 5 to 10 years? Will we see Secret Wars? Will we see Fantastic Four? Will we see X-Men? Well, that's what we're going to talk. We're going to talk about that. So, I'm pulling into the tower. I'll see you in a moment. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah. All right. Let's get it started. Couple of public service announcements, couple of warnings. I really hope that this stream will be fine. And I hope that we're good to go on this. But over the weekend, I had family in town. We were doing a baby shower thing on Saturday. There's some pictures on Discord if you want to check those out. But while I was away, Chet took it upon himself to try to fix some of the computer issues that we've been having in the tower for the past couple of weeks. Like one of the streams after Kenobi, it just like didn't work at all. Like, it just literally, like, froze up and stopped after that, right? And so Chet took it upon himself to try to fix that. And in so doing... And I see you trying to gamble. I think I already have it... I think it's shut off. Yeah, I think it's shut off. He reset the whole computer. Like, took the, like, Windows back. Like, my files are still here, but none of the apps. I had to re-download Streamlabs. I had to build some assets. I had to do all this new stuff. The camera wasn't even working. Like 10 minutes ago, I had to switch to the different Logitech because the other one wasn't working. I don't know what the hell he did, basically. So, I took all day yesterday trying to figure that shit out. So, hopefully the stream's good. I think it actually sounds and looks good. Let me know. How does it sound? How does it look? Does it seem better? Does it seem worse? And again, if it falls apart, if it completely goes to shit, my bad. That's on Chet. A couple other things. We will be having a Nerd Avenger stream today at 1 p.m. Make sure you come on by for that. We're going to continue to talk about our battle plans and still doing that for the Nerd Avengers Tower and kind of becoming interactive with you guys, videos and things like that. So make sure you come on by for that. No watch party this week. We won't be doing a watch party even for Miss Marvel. I'm actually looking forward to a couple of weeks away from that, maybe like a month or whatever. Just to get back to regular sleep schedule. So no watch parties for a while, but we will be doing the Nerd Avenger streams on Wednesdays, and then the first Saturday of each month we do a watch party Saturday morning, and we'll probably like watch some cool cartoons or watch some cool comic book stuff or Star Wars stuff. I'm not really sure. We'll talk about that on the Nerd Avenger stream, but that will be coming up very soon, as will a drawing for another $200 GameStop gift card. If you're a member, we give a $200 GameStop gift card away every single month to a member. All you got to do is be a Nerd Avenger. You know, you get a ton of cool benefits with that anyways, and then we do drawings and things of that nature. So the new month brings new fun things. We're also going to obviously talk about that Thor, man. That Thor Love and Thunder. There's a plot leak out there for it. I'm not going to go over the plot leak right now. I might not even do a video about it. I got to be honest. I'm kind of... You know, I know I talk about a lot of different leaks. Oh, here's a classic example of how the stream screwed up. Check this out. This will be really cool for everybody. So I'm trying to pull up articles and check this out. This is super fun. Love this. Here, wait, let's do a thing. You guys remember those old like DVD like screensaver things? What the hell's that? That's just a yellow screen. The fuck? Okay, anyway. Yeah, so look, we're very close to Thor, and there hasn't been like a ton of leaks leading up to it, so I don't feel the same obligation to like cover different rumors and leaks about it. So I think we might just go in as clean as we can. But I will just say, like, going over some of the leaks and looking at that sort of stuff, it's cool, man. It's cool. I think some people will be surprised. And I think there's some really cool stuff set up for Thor 4, perhaps. Okay, so let me see if I can get this pulled up, eh? Hey! We did it! We did it! Okay, so let's do this. Let's talk about this a little bit. Okay. San Diego Comic-Con. Staple of nerdy fandoms. Been like a classic thing for nerds around the world, and I think that it has a very cool sort of relationship with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Marvel Studios, okay? The fact that some of the biggest announcements, some of the coolest trailers, some of the coolest moments for Marvel Studios has happened at Comic-Con has been historically awesome. You know what I mean? I was curious, and I want you guys to let me know. Put a 1 into the chat if you guys were there at the 2019 San Diego Comic-Con, either streams or videos. Marvel Maniac, welcome to the Nerd Ventures. You are a Nerd Venture now. How many of you guys remember that, man? This was like the year before the pandy, obviously. We got announcements like Thor Love and Thunder, you know. We got a lot of the Disney Plus announcements, Doctor Strange announcements, all those sort of things, right? At the very end of the thing, he teased out X-Men, Fantastic Four, and then he teased out Blade by bringing Mahershala Ali up there, right? So those were good times, man. Those were cool times. And they had a plan for Phase 4, but a lot of us thought there's probably more to it, right? For me, I remember specifically saying, dude, this cannot be all of Phase 4. They obviously have a lot more stuff, and they're sort of holding back. Now, we're not 100% clear on that, and one of the big question marks is, are we going to have Phase 4 continued, and that's what they're going to talk about? Are they done with phases, and they're just going to talk about the future, you know, movies and, like, the big end point where it's all going to go? Or are we going to Phase 5? I frankly don't think we're going to go right into Phase 5. I think, if anything, they'll say the back half of Phase 4, I think, you're going to see a lot of these new characters and a lot of the new things we're setting up all come to a head in what I think is Secret Wars. Spoilers! I think it's all headed towards Secret Wars, but we're going to get there. Let's build it. Let's create a narrative. So, San Diego Comic-Con, MCU, Match Made in Heaven, history there. But before last week, we didn't think that Marvel Studios was going to go back to San Diego Comic-Con. We didn't really talk about it a ton. Some of you guys hit me up about it in streams and stuff, and I just kind of gave my thoughts. My one thought on it was that there's no way this was something Kevin Feige wanted to do, right? I think from the business perspective, we can all acknowledge, yeah, they've got D23. They don't really need San Diego Comic-Con. They can do whatever they want. They can announce stuff there. Honestly, Marvel Studios doesn't need a single convention at this point. If they were to announce the slate for the rest of Phase 4 or whatever, just on a Twitter post, it would go absolutely crazy, right? But, again, because there's that rich history there, they're now going to be back at Hall H, okay? And so Hall H is like this crazy place where you've got to like stay outside of the line for like 3 days if you want to get a seat into this panel. And I think one of the coolest things that ever happened at Hall H, and by the way, I've never been to Hall H. I would love to go someday. I would absolutely love to go someday, right? But one of the coolest things that ever happened at Hall H was when they showed the first trailer for Infinity War. And bro, that shit was crazy because it didn't leak anywhere. They had crazy security. They took everybody's phones. Feige probably literally pulled out his sniper rifle and stood up front as everybody watched, right? Because it didn't leak anywhere. But I remember even the description of that trailer was causing people to go nuts. Because the big question was like, what's Thanos actually going to look like in action? How's this going to look? Et cetera, right? And that happened, and it was so hyped. The first look at Doctor Strange, because before we had Doctor Strange, the movie, and now the sequel or whatever, bro, it was a big question mark. Like, how are they even going to do magic in the MCU to the level that you need to do for Strange? And are they going to, like, harken back to the Ditka kind of craziness from the art, from the comics? And they did a little, like, trailer that you never saw publicly released for the people at San Diego Comic-Con. And so there's a lot of reasons to expect that when they go at the end of next month, they will bring some noise. The question is, how much noise will they bring? But either way, it is great for the convention that they're going to be there. It is great for just nerds everywhere. And I think this was probably a Kevin Feige move where he was like, no. We have to have some kind of a presence at Hall H, because it was being reported by a lot of different people. They were skipping San Diego Comic-Con and skipping Hall H, right? So freaking awesome. Let's read this from the official blog for San Diego Comic-Con. Marvel Studios will be at San Diego Comic-Con 2022. It looks like Marvel Studios will be back at San Diego Comic-Con this year at the Thor Love and Thunder press conferences today. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige confirmed that Marvel will be at San Diego Comic-Con this year. We'll be at Comic-Con next month, which we're excited about, Feige said during the press conference. First time since we were on stage there 3 years ago, talking about this movie and many others. And now, I think almost, not everything, but almost everything we discussed 3 years ago, that was released. So we are excited to go back and talk about the future. So he's definitely going to be talking about the future. The question is, how much of the future, how big are they going to go? I next want to bring up this tweet by Frosty, Steven Weintraub from over at Collider. He says, been sitting on Marvel Studios coming to Comic-Con for over a month. Damn you, Frosty! All the while we were saying they're not coming, when I found out that they actually weren't coming and I had a bummer of a day, you knew this whole time? Holy shit. For over a month. Panel is Saturday night in Hall H. Oh, baby. They're going back to Hall H. Heard they were going big. And then heard they're just bringing one movie. If it's one movie, I'll wager it's Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Not sure what they actually decided. Okay? He says down here as a follow-up, remember, Disney is doing D23 in September, and they will have a huge Marvel panel there, so don't need to reveal everything at Comic-Con. It's true. They don't. What was the pattern in 2019? Unless I'm mistaken, I think what happened was they released a lot of movie news at Comic-Con, and then at D23, I believe we got the announcements of Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and Miss Marvel, right? Like, you got WandaVision announced. You had a lot of Disney Plus stuff announced in 2019. But I believe then they kind of put even more, like, Disney Plus stuff at D23. Chat, help me out on that. I believe that's what it was. So, who knows exactly what this means? Bringing one movie, does that perhaps mean they're just bringing, like, trailer and promotion and going deep on one movie, but then also teasing out the future? I mean, like, I can't help but think Feige wants to make a big splash, and I can't help but think he wants to do something for those fans in Hall H. Again, it's a very important part of the process. Feige's actually said before he will try to cater the production of movies just so that he knows he has footage and something for Hall H. And another aspect to this is he'll show stuff to the audience at Hall H that he would not publicly release because maybe the visual effects aren't perfect, maybe it's not completely finished, but he knows the audience at Hall H will go bananas for it and will go crazy. But, people online might scrutinize, people online might be super critical of it, et cetera, right? So there's a lot to suggest that they'll go big for Comic-Con, and I frankly really, really hope that they do, right? For me, I'm like, let's go big. Now, let's discuss just a little bit of where Marvel Studios is at and kind of talk about why I think this is so crucial and so important, okay? The real juice here and the real reason this is so important is because I think we can all acknowledge that where we're at right now with the MCU is probably not in the spot we thought we'd be at. And even though I think Marvel is still delivering a lot of the goods, we are in a place that is very far away from where we were at in the lead up to Infinity War and the lead up to Endgame. We're very far away from that. And there's different reasons why. Fans say different things about it. I think a lot can be said for the fact that you had a full year delay from the announcements in 2019 before you even saw Black Widow. Production woes, a lot of stuff gets changed, et cetera, et cetera. Not to mention that even by design, it seemed like this phase was a breath of fresh air, a sort of step back, an establishing of new characters before we sort of get going again. It almost really felt like, I don't want to say necessarily a filler arc of an anime, but kind of. It's a little bit of a slice of life, like here's a little bit of some new characters, et cetera, et cetera. And I think Marvel's at this really weird impasse where they really are far away from that place. And I think a lot of the complaints that fans have, the reasonable ones, right, are actually going to be addressed with the announcements either at, Comic-Con here or at D23, right? And so the complaints are, where's the end game of this phase? Where's the next Avengers movie? Like, where are we going with all of this? Because, you get a little tease at Multiverse of Madness. You get some tease with, WandaVision and Kang and all of that. But frankly, we don't know. You know what I mean? We really don't know. We know, right? It's fucking Secret Wars. But they haven't made that clear to a lot of different normies out there, or even swarmies, right? And people that aren't in the know, or that just doubt that Marvel would go right to Secret Wars, are probably like, bro, what are we doing? It really feels like we're treading water. It feels like there's not enough connective tissue. It feels like there's not enough of a direction. And I think that's absolutely fair, right? These are all fair criticisms of where we're at. And I think that those can be addressed with anchoring it down with Secret Wars. Just letting them know, man. Just like you did at the El Capitan Theater, where you put up that crazy slate and you had the, what do they call it? Infinity War Part 1, Infinity War Part 2. I believe that's what it was, right? So that's number one. That will address a lot of those problems. What's one of the other big problems? And this one is so real, bro. This one's really real. Where are fan favorite characters? You know what I mean? Shang-Chi was a good movie. Dude, I would probably never pick up a solo Shang-Chi run. I'm not trying to shit on the character. I'm just saying that's not what I'm coming to Marvel for. You know what I mean? He's a cool addition. There have been cool runs. There are cool things going on. But that's not why I'm fucking here. That's not why I'm checking that shit out. A lot of these other characters, bro, they're cool characters. They're fun characters to do things with. But, bro, when we lost Cap, when we lost Iron Man, when we lost Black Widow, we lost a lot of fan favorite characters. A lot of stuff that people really engaged with, characters that we want to hang out with, that we want to see interact. We want to see what happens with these characters, right? And so with the establishment of the X-Men, with the establishment of the Fantastic Four, and with that, sort of end spot being Secret Wars, I think you get a ton of new characters that are fan favorite characters. Bro, if you're if you're looking at a shelf of toys, this is the way you need to explain it. If you're looking at a shelf of toys and you've got Shang-Chi, Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel, She-Hulk, what are they? And the Eternals, which are like, okay, Eternals, right? Okay, cool. Right? And then on the other side, you've got Reed Richards, Johnny Storm, Ben Grimm, Sue Storm. You've got Magneto, Professor Xavier, Jean Grey, Jubilee, Wolverine. Bruh. You've got Doctor Doom. Bruh. You've got Silver Surfer. You've got Galactus. Dude, get the fuck out of here. Those are the toys people want. And why am I out of focus? Chetta! You really fucked this up, man. You have really been a fly in my ointment. You're really grinding my gears. Okay, we'll just leave the focus like there. Is that better? I was so excited I went out of focus. I'm so excited for these characters I went out of focus, okay? So that's really where we're at, bro. It's like, I want a lot of these new fun toys. I'm totally cool with these other characters. Like, I really am. Like, I like these characters. I think Shang-Chi is a really interesting character. His MCU version is way more interesting than his comic book version. So, where they take that character and the 10 rings and, Tao Lao and all that sort of stuff, it's cool. It's intriguing. But I would instantly, again, if there's only 2 movies I get to go see, if on door number 1, you've got the Shang-Chi and the future of that, and door number 2, it's Magneto, bro, come on, man. It's not even close, dude. It's Magneto all day, son. Magneto, Charles, come on, man. Logan, are you kidding me? Like, that's where the juice is at. Like, that's where the good stuff is at. So I think that by bringing in a lot of these fan favorite characters and by giving that sort of new end game, which will be Secret Wars, I think you solve a lot of the problems that Marvel Studio has, and you sort of give a shot in the arm. You reinvigorate the excitement and the hype for a lot of these coming projects. And I think that it'll be executed really, really well. And I'm really looking forward to it. And whether or not it happens all at San Diego Comic-Con, or whether it happens sort of part 1 San Diego Comic-Con, part 2 D23, bro. Like, we are literally just getting started with Marvel Studios if they now bring these characters in and take us in that juicy, juicy direction. So I think that's where it's at. And then the last thing that I'll say about this before we check out some other news and then get into Q&A is that if it is going to be Wakanda Forever, which it could be, I think that Wakanda Forever is going to be a movie that, unlike a lot of the other movies and shows that we've had in the MCU, is going to really show us what's going on in the post-Endgame MCU. I think that Thor may well do that, but let's be real, they go on a cosmic adventure. They fucking piece the fuck out of Earth. So we're not going to see, we'll see some of it, but we're not going to see it all, right? But Wakanda Forever and Wakanda's new place in the world and the possibility of Doctor Doom being introduced in a post-credit scene for that movie, the realization that you're going to get Namor and that going on, I think you'll get a lot of juice in Wakanda Forever as far as, like, what does the MCU look like? So it's kind of like a perfect thing, right? Like, having that movie anchor the end of this year, going back to Comic-Con, setting up the future. I mean, X-Men 97 is coming out next year, so, like, we're going there with X-Men stuff, but we need to know more. What's the MCU plan? What's going on with the live-action stuff? Where are we at with that? So I'm pretty excited, man. You know, I think we're going to have a chill couple of weeks here, which is nice. I'm looking forward to it after, like, the craziness that was Kenobi for, almost 2 months. To have, like, a nice chill couple of weeks. It's going to be fun. And I think we'll anchor that with an incredible San Diego Comic-Con. And then a couple of months later, a really, really fun D23. There's a ton of fun Star Wars stuff coming out. Like, Andor's going to be really fun, I believe. I hope. I pray. Andor will be really cool. Then you got a couple of Dave Filoni animated Star Wars projects to anchor the rest of the year. Let's go. Looks like we'll get a lot of MCU announcements. Thor's going to be cool. The discourse after Thor's going to be really fun, I believe, because we're going to, like, what are they going to do with Thor now? Like, what's the deal with that? That's going to be really interesting. And then you got Wakanda Forever. You know, we got She-Hulk. A lot of fun stuff coming, so I'm excited. Now, let's go over a couple of other bits of news. Kind of a sad bit of news here, but I don't think it's going to affect us too badly. Apparently, Blade, which was said to shoot recently or soon, like I think people said it was going to maybe start in July, not going to happen. It's going to be pushed back till late 2022. From what I've seen from the chatter, people just believe this is scheduling. It's not a big deal. And that script is apparently really good. People are saying that script's awesome, and you'll be seeing Blade late next year either way. So the Blade movie will be coming, and that's going to be super fun. There was another bit of news that I found to be really interesting. Yeah, where's it at? Okay, here we go. Yeah, so Secret Invasion, right? The Secret Invasion show is doing reshoots for 4 additional months. Now, reshoots are normal, bro. But 4 months of reshoots? Holy shit. To me, that's like a little bit of like a question mark there, right? Like I'm a little bit concerned when I hear that. However, Great Phase, who is kind of like a news scooper on the scene, probably just one of these other people that runs a website that created a sock puppet account. But this guy is pretty reliable. He says, as far as I'm aware, the reshoots will be pretty standard. I don't think they'll be removing a storyline. One thing that will be interesting is how they use Russia or not, now that the country, has done what they're doing. And then this is in response to him saying, Sam, Clark, Coleman, etc. are all quite busy. While the shoot will last for 4 months, in reality, it will only take 2 months at most. If that, it's more likely they have 4 months booked to reshoot because of the schedules. The Marvels will also be doing reshoots as well around the same time, so more cohesion between the two. Yeah, and, on that note, too, we still haven't really seen a proper 1-2 punch between a show and a movie. I guess WandaVision into Multiverse of Madness is the best example that we have, but I think, frankly, both of the show and the movie had so many changes that's not a great transition. Like, it's not a great, it's not a smooth one there, but perhaps with the Secret Invasion show and with the Marvels, we'll get, a really nice kind of 1-2 punch of the show being really important to set up the movie. As of now, the Marvel shows have kind of felt like not really necessary. They're not really enhancing the experience of the movies, but perhaps this one will be different with Secret Invasion. So talk about that a little bit. Yeah. This one's kind of non-starter, but yeah, apparently Man-Thing looks super dope. I hope that's indeed true. So I think that's kind of it, guys, for crazy info when it comes to Marvel news. Again, there is a plot leak. I'm not going to pull it up. There is a plot leak for Thor 4 out there, and it does seem cool. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy that movie. So yeah, I'm hyped up. I'm excited. I'm hyped up. And I'm excited. All right, let's go over a few of these super chats, and then we'll hang out on the chat for a little bit. I do have to get out here a little bit earlier today, but not by much. So I've got about 20 minutes just because they are doing some construction at the tower, right? Morbius 2 announcement. Oh, well, I must have missed that. I did not see that one. So, my bad. All right, let's get into this. Let's see what the people are saying. 34 Virgo says, yo, Josh, I know you said you're not feeling the show The Boys anymore, but dog, that shit this season is on point. Best hero adult content ever done. Well, I didn't exactly say I wasn't feeling it. I just, look, The Boys is a show I think people really, really love. I rewatched season 1 and 2 before this season, and I will say I liked season 2 a lot better, but I still think it's kind of a step down from season 1. And this season's been good. Season 3 has been good. And, Herogasm wasn't as graphic or as bad as I thought maybe it would be. I feel like they kind of oversold that on social media or whatnot. But yeah, there's a lot of juice in this season, man. I really enjoyed watching the fight between I guess I don't want to say spoilers, but the big Soldier Boy fight with involving Homelander and stuff. That was really, really cool. And I think the cliffhanger at the end of this episode is going to be awesome to see, like, pan out. Like, what's that going to be like? So, yeah, no, The Boys has been cool, man. The Boys has been sweet. I like it. I like it. And again, Marvel Maniac, thank you so much for becoming a member. Much love. And then you said, Tom H. appearing as Loki in Hall H was legendary. Yeah, dude, that was a crazy cool moment where, and this was very early on. I think this was, like, either before Avengers or, like, around that time. And Tom Hiddleston comes out dressed full on as Loki and in character and did this crazy fun speech. I can't imagine how cool that would have been there to be there and experience that. That was probably incredible. Hall H has some really fun moments from throughout the years. A lot of fun, iconic pop culture moments. We're going to stream for it. Like, either way, we're going to stream for it. We're probably going to... we'll be doing, like, some kind of stream that weekend, maybe that night, either getting some of the footage from San Diego Comic-Con or just, like, following up to the announcements and following the buzz on social media, right? So, dude, we're going to be working. We're going to be working that weekend at the end of July, and I am so excited for it. I hope they stream it, bro. I hope they stream the whole thing. Maybe not, like, showing trailers and whatnot, but, like, stream some of the announcements, man. Let us know. Come on, Feige. Come on, man. I think we could use it. I think honestly, we could really use it, man. Mandalore says, my thing's all screwed up here. Hang on, let me pull this over. Mandalore says, with a $5 hello, weirdest thing just happened. Woke up and joined, and boom, angry bald Josh will return. I'm not sure what that means, but appreciate it, man. Well, welcome to the Nerd Vengers, and yeah, bald Josh will not return, and he was never here. Let's see here. Marvel Maniac says, worried about Feige's comments about Krasinski. Sounds like he's not going to be the main read unless he's playing coy. Cast announcement at San Diego Comic-Con. That's kind of an interesting one. So let's dig into that a little bit. Did you guys see this? He said something to the effect. I can actually just pull it up. Let's see here what he said. Okay. He says here he wanted Reed as Mr. Fantastic because the fans had a dream of who the perfect Reed Richards would be. Because this is an alternate universe, Kevin said, let's make that dream come true. So here's the thing, man. That seems like one of those Kevin Feige things that you got to take with a grain of salt. Like, is that probably true? Yes. Does that technically indicate any of his, like, plans on perhaps having John? Because, like, say what you will about the rumor mill, but the rumor mill is suggesting that they did this as sort of a test to see how fans would actually react to it. And I think it's kind of on the table. There's a lot of evidence to suggest that John and Feige have had deep conversations about this and the possibilities and the things like that, right? So I don't know that it means no. It's one of those, like, really tricky, like, Sith Lord type answers, right? Because, yeah, that kind of throws you off the scent, and it also sort of downplays that possibility, so maybe managing fan expectations a little bit. Like, I don't know. But I'm not sure. I am not sure. And you know what else is kind of interesting about that, too? I was surprised, and I wonder how you guys felt about this. I was actually surprised at how many people were like, I don't really want him as main Reed, and didn't love him as Reed in the film. In fact, let's do it a poll. Let's poll it up. I just want to know, did you love John as Reed in the movie, in Multiverse Madness? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Let's see what you guys think. Skin Bolo says, do you think Carl Urban would make a good MCU Wolverine? Also, did you hear Feige's take on John Kay as Mr. Fantastic? Yeah, so we just talked about that. But I'll answer your Carl Urban. Yeah, I think he would be perfect. And I know he was the Destroyer, but, like, they've already done the Gemma Chan thing where she's now in, big time in Eternals, and she was sort of a minor role in Captain Marvel, right? So, yeah, dude, they could totally do that. I think he would be great. Here's the one thing that I'll say about Marvel. Their casting is on point. And looking back, right, at as Chris and Loki and Thor, bro, just look at this casting. This casting has always been pretty on point. In fact, can you name somebody that was miscast or that was not well cast in the MCU? They're incredible at this, and I think that a lot of the juice and the energy that Marvel Studios has been exerting over the past couple of years has been finding this. Like, bro, like they've shot some Doctor Doom stuff, from what I've heard. They've shot some Doctor Doom stuff, but it's all with a stand-in. It's all with a double. So I think they might be trying different folks for Doom, but those are like all hands on deck, like big decisions. Feige said, and there's this really big, I have this really big book that's like the first 10 years of Marvel or whatever, and it goes into great detail of a lot of cool things. When they had the cast for Loki and they had the cast for Thor, they sat there and said, and I think Feige said, this is the most important decision we've ever made as a company so far, is who's going to be Thor and who's going to be Loki, for the plans that they had and what they wanted to do. So they take it very seriously. So I just expect whoever's going to be the MCU Wolverine, that dude's gonna kill it, 100%. Let's see here. Jack says, remember 14 months. What if at the end of Black Panther 2 we see his body lying on a table of him dead, but we see him turn it into a scroll? That'd be pretty crazy, bro. I don't think that's the way that you want to go, because you sort of devalue the legacy that you're trying to honor, as far as like what T'Challa has done in the universe. So I don't know if that would actually be the best idea, but that would be pretty crazy. Respect for the craziness. I think we're in for a surprise when it comes to T'Challa, and it's possible they have a way out of this situation to recast, because I really do want a recast of T'Challa. NWN says, love you, bro. God bless. Hey, thanks, man. Right back at you. Tom Hardy for MCU Wolverine. That wouldn't be bad. I really like Brie Larson. Says, never lose your nerd. I tell you, I'm not the biggest Brie fan, but I think she's actually perfectly cast for Carol. Like, that is Carol. Like, Carol's, no offense, but Carol's kind of a bitch, dude. People don't love Carol in the comics. Like, that's kind of the character. So I agree. Doctor Doom has already shot scenes. What? You can't be dropping a bomb like that. Yeah, they've shot stuff with Doctor Doom. They have the full costume, and they've shot stuff for sure. John says, John Van Gelderand Jr. says, Josh, do we know for sure who the next Thanos will be? It seems to be Kang, Doom, Galactus, if I'm not wrong. So we don't know for sure, but here's my take on it. I think if you're going to do Secret Wars, and you want to bring some of the elements from the old shooter Secret Wars, then you don't want just one Thanos. You want a ton of villains. Like, one of the reasons that Secret Wars works is because it's Doom, it's Red Skull, it's Kang, it's a lot of the heavy hitters. It's like, that was basically what they did. They were like, dude, let's get our best freaking villains and our best freaking heroes, and let's put them on a crazy world where they're just going to fight. You know what I mean? So, is there a Thanos? If there is, it's probably Kang. But again, Kang is several different characters. Kang, depending on the iteration, is a different dude. Like, Silver Centurion, Iron Lad, Ramatut, friggin', what's the one at the end of time? Why am I missing? The cool one. The one that's dope. Not He Who Remains. The freaking, you know who I'm talking about. Dude, these are actually different characters. You know what I mean? Believe it or not. And so there'll probably be several different Kangs. Overbound Game Studio says, thanks for doing the Star Wars streams. Good times. Thank you. Yeah, much love, man. I've had a lot of time to reflect. By the way, I have a video coming out on Reva. Probably going to be the last sort of, I guess, negative Kenobi video that I'm going to do. And I don't even think it's that negative. I just wanted to explain, like, why the character of Reva just didn't work for me. Because there's cool ideas in there, but it's just not well executed, right? So I have that video coming out later today. But, I've been thinking about it, and, like, I'm just going to, honestly, I thought a lot about this, guys. Can we do Josh as therapy for Star Wars for a little bit here? Let me be real with you. I think we got out clean. Immortus, yeah, that's the one. I think when it comes to Kenobi, we got out clean, and my worst fears did not happen. I frankly thought that Kenobi was going to break the fandom, and I don't think it did. I think there's a lot of bullcrap in that show. I think it was a pretty mediocre show, and I think that there's a lot of things that people, and Star Wars especially, could learn from that show, but we got out clean, dude. They didn't break the canon completely. They didn't destroy the fandom completely, and the ending was literally good enough that I think a lot of folks will, just wait to see what happens next. I definitely want better content, bro. Like, I definitely do. But at the same time, compared to where I thought we'd be, we're doing great. Compared to where I thought we'd be, we are doing great. Mandalore with the bald me says, first super chat said, join the boom and no more back pain. Looks like bald angry Josh has returned. Full super chat realized. Oh. Well, I'm glad your back pain's gone. But you're also now pain in my ass. Jaboy G says, I love John as Reed because of my love for John. However, Reed is a jerk, narcissistic, and neglects Sue. I can't see John as that due to his roles. I'm torn. Yes and no. Yes and no. There's definitely that Reed, and there's versions of that Reed in the comic books, but there was kind of a big retcon to that. And even though he's an absent-minded, husband, and he's not the best father because of his work, he cares deeply about his family, which is, kind of a retcon on older stuff. Look, in the Council of Reed's story, the big thing was that all these other Reeds left their family behind completely and then just worked on reshaping the multiverse. But our Reed did not. Our Reed loved his family and stayed connected to his family. So I actually think that 616 Reed and what they do with the character will be a little bit more, even though he's not going to be the best dad, he's not going to be that narcissistic. He's not going to be that egotistical. That's more like the Builder from the Ultimates comics, or just different versions of Reed in general. So I actually think there's a way to do it right. And let's see here. Jake says, officially 1 month of nerd venging. Can't wait to get force-fed by Papa Filoni from the Bad Batch to Ahsoka. That's true, actually. Holy shit. So much good to come from Filoni and Feige with the MCU. Indeed, sir. There's plenty of reason to get really, really excited, man. Honestly. There is. A lot of fun stuff on the way. The Marvel Maniac says, ideally, would you want Fantastic Four to be an origin story or go full-blown cosmic? For me, I wouldn't mind back to basics origin with a mole man. I wouldn't mind that either, but I do think they're going to do a little, like from what I've heard, the only thing, and we talked about this on the stream, but the only thing I heard about it was that it might have some Star Trek in it, journeying around the universe, trying to help the universe. That might be a thing. Little Star Trek. You might get a little, what's the guy's name? Rosenbaum? What was the guy that created Star Trek? You might get a little bit of that flavor with the MCU Fantastic Four. So I think they'll probably go big cosmic. They're going big cosmic. Let's see here. 34 Virgo says, 1, hey, can you give your top 5? Heard can't be a 5. Wait, what do you mean by that? Who do you think will be big bad of Kang and Doom? 3, keep doing your thing and reinventing yourself. Well, thank you, 34 Virgo. I appreciate that. My top 5 MCU movies? Oh, man. It honestly changes day to day, and just the way that I think. There's so many good MCU movies, bro. But I'll tell you, my sort of go-tos, the ones that I would like to watch the most, I would say Infinity War, Winter Soldier, Multiverse of Madness, Endgame, and then Civil War. Those are probably top 5 in my rotation. I really like Multiverse of Madness. Like I rewatched it recently, and I'm always like, dude, am I not gonna like this movie as much? Like everybody's like, oh, bro, it's not that great. You're crazy. Nah, man, I love that movie. So it's very, very high on my list, but that's just personal taste. And do I think the big bag, Kang and Doom? Why not both? That's what I say. Why not both? But thanks, brother. Appreciate the love. John Hicks, very generous $20 spot, man. Thank you so much. Says Travis Fimmel would crush his Wolverine anthology series. Much love, homies. Take my money. Appreciate that. Now I got to look this dude up. Travis Fimmel. Oh, yeah, this dude would be great. Yo, this dude would be great. And especially now that they canceled the best show on television, friggin' Raised by Wolves. Yeah, give him some love. Give him some love. Thanks, Mandalore. Love you 3000 as well. All right, guys, I'm going to get out here in like a couple minutes here. I'm really, really sorry, but I got to go. Does it feel like we're still a little out of focus? Dude, I got to adjust these cameras. I honestly had one of those days yesterday, guys. That was like, holy shit. Like computer issues that made me like rage. So Multiverse of Madness is #1. It's really good. I really like it. Currently watching. Yeah. I love it. Mommy verse of momminess. Hell yeah, bro. Have a great day. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Ragnar the Wolverine. Hell yeah, bro. That dude's awesome, man. That dude's awesome. How was your guys' weekend, man? What's going on with you guys? Gonna be getting out of here in just a little bit, but what's up? Nova release date? I mean, we haven't heard anything about Nova. Maybe they'll announce that this year. Big Mommy Milker's best MCU debut. Right on. How do we get into the Diamond Lounge? Oh, well, first of all, I'm glad you brought that up. We're going to be doing the Diamond Lounge stream this Friday. I wanted to do it last Friday. Family was in town. Shit got crazy. So wasn't able to do it. But this Friday, man, we're going to have some drinks, have some smokes, and have some chats in the Diamond Lounge. If you have been a member for more than 6 months, just hit us up on the Discord, and one of the mods will get you in there. Got some Spider-Man gaming in this weekend? My man. Oh, yeah, Nerd Theory should be going down. So you see any articles on Thor pre-sales numbers? No, I haven't heard or seen any articles on that. I'm really interested in what happens with Thor. Like, I'm really interested. Look, TLDR on stuff. Top Gun crossed 1 billion. Lightyear bombed bad. You know what I mean? And there's multiple factors in here. You know, there's multiple reasons. But like I said, sort of at the beginning of this stream, I really need Marvel to, like, put that flag in the ground, man, and be like, this is where we're going, this is what we're doing, because it is totally true that things just feel a little weird right now. You know, I was talking to some of my MCU buddies and some of my fellow content creators, and, like, look, I'm excited for Thor. I'm not as hyped as I wanted to be for it, and I think that, honestly, I need that. I need to know where it's going, you know what I mean? So the plot leaks actually got me more hyped, believe it or not. Logan says live-action Star Wars seasons ranked. Live-action Star Wars. Oh, the shows. Okay, that might be cool. We could do that maybe on a stream tomorrow or something. That'd be fun. Mando's #1, of course. Dr. Sunshine says, in No Way Home, why didn't Peter use Stark Industries' infinite money glitch to get into school instead of risking entire existence of everything? Well, #1, because of comics. You know, so the big difference here, and not to say that's not a fair question, but at the end of the day, bro, we're talking about comics. You know what I mean? Star Wars and comics, it's just different. You know, like Marvel can get away with a lot more. And I kind of acknowledge this, right? Like part of the success of Marvel has been that this is not as sacred. Star Wars is sacred. Star Wars has this deep, deep meaning. Comic books really have always been, for the most part, like dumb fun. You know? Like, for real. Like, when I open up a book or when I, you know, play a sweet Marvel card game, dude, I just want to be one of the badass characters. I want to see them do badass stuff. And don't get me wrong. There have been incredibly well-written, well-crafted narratives within Marvel Comics. Hickman does a lot of that stuff. But I also love just the fun, crazy, bombastic shit. Like, right now in Banner of War, bro, the writing's not that deep. It ain't that deep. You know, it's cool, though. That's the thing. Like, it's fucking cool. And so why didn't Peter Stark use the infinite money glitch to go to school instead? #1, comics. #2, he didn't have access to all that money. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's see here. Who's up next? Jeff Blanton, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now. Make your way around the tower. Check out a hot stone massage, Put some clay on your face. I don't know. Apparently it helps. Say what's up to Susan. Feel the power within you. Patrick says, an adaptation of The Wolverine, The Long Night podcast with Richard Armitage as Logan into a Disney Plus series, the perfect way for the character. He's kind of like an urban legend. I like that. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Bro. Let's search for that. I'm down. Yeah. Papa J, have a badass shirt you're wearing. Oh, you have this shirt too? With the different Peters? Yeah, I love this shirt, man. It's a little wrinkly, but I like it. Number 3. He is based off morals. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, just caused it bombed doesn't mean the movie is bad. Oh, no. I'm sure the movie's great. But at the end of the day, like, it's commercial art. Like, they do it to make money. It's a balance between making good art, but also making money. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different reasons that Lightyear's not it. But what do I think of Anthony Starr joining the MCU? I think it would be great. I think it would be incredible. He's a brilliant actor, dude. What he does in The Boys is severely underrated. The tension, just the craziness. He's great. Johnny Storm did make a good buzz, though. Did he? Oh, okay. You literally put my brain in a pretzel. I had to figure out what you're doing there. My mouth is in so much pain, but I still had to join you live. Well, thanks, man. I hope you recover. Josh, send a kiss to the camera. A big sloppy one. Get right in there. No. I cried watching Toy Story 3 the other day. I gotta be honest, I don't even remember Toy Story 3, dude. I don't even remember that shit. Have I seen the Jurassic World Dominion movie? No, I have not. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. Thank you guys so much for the love, for the support, for hanging on out. We'll be back at it tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. And I'll see some of you guys at 1 p.m. as well for the afternoon stream. So, should be cool. Reva video later today, and then we're done. I mean, I'm still going to talk about Kenobi, but I'm done making videos about Kenobi. I don't really want to do it anymore. So, much love to you all. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Nice start to the week. I'm so happy Kenobi's in the rearview mirror. I can't believe it. It's on to brighter days. It's on to better dreams. And if they make Kenobi season 2, I'm gonna shit my pants. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. And much love. And take care of yourselves out there in this crazy world. I'll see you soon. Ta-ta for now.